Okay, so now today we are going to connect with MySQL server. So let me download MySQL community downloads or anything. So just click on that first link and you can see different types of versions are there. So I am going to download 5.7.44 version. Okay, so now here. So because 8 version is not working properly, this is 8.2, right? Latest one. This is not stable. So it's not supporting also properly. So we will go with the stable version 5.7. So now go with so many downloads are there. So let me go to download page. So same. So what you can do? So just click on download button installer. So zip not needed. So why? Because we need to do some configurations, right? So for that purpose, download this MSI installer. Windows 64 MSI installer, there is a 373.7 MB Skiller installer MSI. So better go with the second one, guys. Download started. So you just need to click on, you no need to log in and sign up. You just need to click on no thanks, just start my download. I think it's downloaded successfully. So let me install it. You just need to double click on the exe file. If you want to go with the server only, so as of now I'm going with the default server settings. Click on next, and then selected path already exists. So now I will go with C drive. So if you want, you can change your installation directory by clicking on this button. If you want to change the installation directory, okay. So some people don't have permission to install in C drive. So those people you can install it in other drives, C, D drive or E drive, something like that, who are all not having permission. Okay. Your selected path are you want to continue. So the selected path already exists. So what I will do, let me change some other folder name, MySQL install. Next, and ready to install. Now click on execute button. Click on next. again next. So after that, so you can see here there is a 3306. So default, this is the default port for MySQL database. Okay, so any version if you download and install it, default port will be 3306. If anybody is having other versions, if you have already double zero 3306 port, if you already installed other than 5.7 version, right, you can change the port number. If anyone already installed MySQL older version, something like that, so you can change the port number. So if you are in your machine time, so then you no need to change the port. Okay, click on next button. So it will ask you the password. So you can give your own password. Okay, I am giving admin. Okay, admin and admin. I am giving password as a admin. Click on next button and then again click on next. Click on next. Then select execute. So you can see here the configuration for MySQL Server 5.7.44 was successful. So that means MySQL Server successfully installed. Okay. So now click on finish button. Then click next. So now just finish it. That's it. So now so we are installed MySQL server successfully. Now, so we need a client actually. Client in the sense workbench. So if you want to connect with your database, you need a SQL client. So there is a several clients are there, MySQL bench and SQL Yog. So different SQL clients are there. So you can install whichever you want. So I am going to install that is for only for GUI purpose to access your database. Okay, to access your database for GUI, so you need a SQL client. So I am going to download MySQL. MySQL. There is a SQL Yog community version. You can type SQL Yog community free download. So you can see you can download from anywhere. So let me find good URL for you. Okay, click on that. Community second link, community edition, so you can download from here. So free download, so just click on download option. So this I don't want, just click on close button. Then you can see start download, so you can see start download button, so click on that. So if any ads comes, you just need to close, that's it. So you can see SQL your community version is downloaded in my machine. So always go with the community edition, guys. Otherwise, commercial versions are there. So if you go with commercial version, it will not work without paid version. So you have to pay. If you want commercial version, you have to pay for that. So now what I have downloaded, community edition. Community edition in the sense anybody can download and install. Okay. So for developer environment. So I'm just just need to click on double click and click on S. Click OK button. Next, and I accept and next and install. So this is for to access your database for GUI. Okay, so from the GUI you can access your database. So I am using SQL Yog. It is a commercial community version is available, so anybody can download, and it is very good client actually. Some people will use a workbench, MySQL workbench. If you want, you can download MySQL workbench as well. Whichever you feel comfort, you can download. I have downloaded SQL Yog, so I think it is successfully installed. So after that, so you need to double click on, there is a shortcut created, right? Just click on that. So it will open like this. So the moment if you open the client, so it will open. So desktop shortcut is created. Just click on double click. So it is open. If you anybody there is no shortcut, so just click on here SQL in search bar, right? You can type SQL. You can see SQL if you installed successfully. Okay, so you can click on like this, or from desktop anywhere you can open SQL your client. So now from here we need to create a database. So earlier, so let me open Eclipse. So earlier we are connected with H2 in-memory database, right? So now we are going to connect with MySQL server. So Spring Boot is having in-memory H2 database. So for that we no need to install any softwares, right? So now we are going to connect with MySQL database. So if you want to connect with MySQL database, you need to download MySQL server and MySQL client. So MySQL server and MySQL GUI client. Okay, MySQL server you have to download, and also you have to download MySQL GUI client. So I have downloaded MySQL server 5.7 version and SQL Yog to access our MySQL server database. So if you open our project, so if you go to application.properties in resources folder, there is a file called application.properties, right? So here we are connecting employee database. So how we are created earlier, so by creating the schema. So the to connect H2 in memory database. So now we are going to connect with MySQL server. So we have to create table and database manually. Okay, so now go to your so two times I opened. Okay, let me close one. So here you just need to open your SQL community version. Go to you can see there is an option called database. Click on create database. So I will give database name as employee DB. I am giving database name as employee DB. Okay, just click on create button. So employee DB is created, but it doesn't have any tables. So in MySQL, so you have to create tables manually. Okay. So now go to, I already have script, right? So we already have script in schema.sql. So I am going to copy same script will execute here also. Okay. So just a copy paste and execute. So there is a run button here. Click on run button. You can see query executed and it is success. So if you refresh your repository, how we can refresh? Select root path and right click and refresh object browser. If you click refresh object browser, you can see employee table is created. You can see, right, employee table is created. Right click on that table, you can open the table. There is an option. So open table, right click on that employee table and open table. So right now we don't have any data, right now we don't have any data. So now let me open a PDF file which I sent you earlier, right? So I just want to show you properties to connect with MySQL server. So how we have connected MySQL sorry, how we have connected for in-memory H2 database by providing providing a driver and URL and username and password. So same way, if you want to connect with MySQL database, you need URL and username and password. At the same time, driver also you need it, but we no need to worry about it driver. When we are working with Spring Boot application, we no need to worry about it, driver. We no need to specify in properties.xml when we are working with Spring Boot application. So Spring Boot will take care of it automatically. So you no need to specify the driver information when you are working with Spring Boot application. Okay. So just we just need to configure URL and username and password. So to connect with the MySQL database, so first, so currently we have not created a new project, right? So this the project which I have created, this will always connect with in-memory H2 database. Now we are going to connect with MySQL. So if you want to connect with MySQL in pom.xml, you just need to add dependency, MySQL dependency. So what you need to add? MySQL dependency you have to add. So earlier to connect H2 in-memory database, we have added one dependency, right? What is the dependency? H2. H2 dependency. So H2 database dependency we have added to connect with H2 in-memory database. So now we are going to connect with MySQL server. So to connect with MySQL database, so we need to add MySQL dependency. So how you can download? Just go to google.com, and there here you just need to type MySQL Maven dependency. That's it. So click on Maven repository. So there is a Maven repository came, right? Just go to open it and come down. So I'm going with so any version. Anyway, Spring Boot application, you no need to specify any version. So 5.7, right? So let me anything you can select, because Spring Boot you no need to mention the version details. So now come down and select this dependency. Select this, copy this dependency and go to your pom.xml and add it. So once you add, just format Control Shift F. So you no need to add version. So you no need to add version. So just delete that and then click on save button. So what will happen? It will download MySQL. Sir, why it is showing error? So let me try Maven update. Right click Maven update project. So what will happen? It should download automatically. So without specifying version is not allowing. So what you can do? 5 dot. Okay, let's add this itself. Let me check whether it's downloaded or not. Actually, no need to provide the version, but this version from the, if you add manually, right? If you add manually, it is expecting version. So when you are creating project from scratch, you no need to define the version. So I think it's downloaded now. Let me try removing the version and click on save. Still it is showing error. Okay, anyway, you can add it, and then what you can do, you just need to, whenever some dependency added, you just need to update the Maven. Okay, right click on the project, go to Maven and update project. You have to update the project. Sometimes this Eclipse will not update the dependencies properly. That's the reason you always go with update option. Right click on the project and go to Maven and click on update project and then click on force button. Okay, then click on OK button. That's it. I have already updated. So now go to your my properties dot file, your properties file, application dot properties, because we need to disable H2 console, right? So earlier we are connecting with H2 in memory database. I am going to disable that. How you can disable? You just need to make it as a false. You can just make it as a false, or you can delete completely. So you can delete this completely, or you can just make it as a false, so that it will not try to connect HT in memory database. So now remaining properties are same only. So what you have to add in the PDF, I already mentioned here. So example properties to connect MySQL database. So what is the URL? So this is the URL to connect with MySQL database. Just copy it. Copy. So you can see spring.database.url and spring.data source.username and spring.data source password. These properties are common. So only values you have to change. Okay. So now for the time being, what I will do, I will just comment it out. Okay, so then let me copy these properties and paste, and again I just want to change the database URL. That's it. So uncomment it. Okay, save. So URL, database URL. So what is the database name we have created? You can see what is showing to, let me close one. Okay, so now what is the database name we have created? Employee DB. So this is the database name. This is the database name which we have created, right? So just click on that and copy employee DB. So you just need to go and change the database name. So MySQL URL starts with JDBC colon MySQL colon slash slash localhost, because we are installing in our, you are connecting your in our local laptop, right? So if you are connect with local laptop, local dev environment, so it should, host will be always local host. And what is the port number? So default port number of MySQL server is 3306. During the installation, if you change your port number, you have to modify the port number which you have changed. Okay, so during the installation I have not modified the port number, so I will go with default port number. Okay, I just need to modify the database name. So what is the database name I have given? Employee DB. That's it. So this is the database I have created in MySQL. So now what is the user, what is the username? User will be root. So by default MySQL server user will be root, and password I already modified the password name admin. During the installation I have given password as admin, and default username root. So that's it. So now we can start our application. Just start your application and open the console and check is there any errors, or server started successfully or not. You can check. So server start now. So you can see server started successfully. Server is started successfully. If you check the console, now you cannot see H2 in memory database. So you can see earlier, whenever you are starting the server, you can see H2FN console log, right? So which is connecting to H2 in memory database. Now we are connecting with MySQL database. You can see added connection MySQL. You can see here added connection MySQL. You can see here. So we are able to, our application is able to connect with MySQL successfully. You can see here. So added connection with MySQL database. So by looking this, you can confirm that your application successfully connected with MySQL database. So remaining same, so same code will work. Okay, so whatever, so now how we are performing database operation? With the help of JDBC template, right? Spring Boot JDBC, Spring Boot data JDBC, which is having JDBC template. With the help of JDBC template, we are going to connect with database. Now same code will work as it is. You no need to modify any code. So you just need to modify the connection details which is related to MySQL database. So you can see earlier here we have connected with H2 in-memory database. Now I am going to connect with MySQL database. You can see I have modified the URL and username and password. Other than that, there is no changes needed. Only changes you need to add the dependency. My very first step. So what you have to do, if you want to connect with MySQL database, the first step you have to do, you have to add MySQL dependency in your pom.xml. So after that, in application.properties, you need to specify MySQL URL and username and password. So during the installation, after installation, I have created employee database, and default user of MySQL is root. And during the installation, I have created the password admin. Okay, so you just need to specify, that's it. So now let me create the employee from talent API or REST client. Let me close or all other tabs not needed. So you need to open talent API. So we are going to connect, we are going to test our REST APIs with talent API. So now what we can do, so now open your SQL community. So here you can see SQL Yog. So as of now, your table is not having any data, right? Your table is not having any data. Now I am going to insert the record. So if you want to insert the record, what is the API you need to specify? Create employee. You can see there is a API called create employee. Just copy the URL, go to your talent API or Postman. From anywhere you can send the request, guys. So create employee, and create employee always accept post request, right? So you have to select the post HTTP request method, and body is already there. So we have created earlier, right? So it's already there. So now I am going to send the request to insert employee ID 1, Rasool Shaik, and mobile number. Let me enter proper mobile number 9035160783, and email also I will give Rasool. Okay, so now you just need to click on send button. You can see we got the success response. What we got in XML format. Why? Because last time I have given content type as XML, right? That's the reason it is giving XML format. So you can uncheck it, you can get it in a normal mode. So now employee is created, right? You got success response. It's returning one in the sense employee is created successfully. Now where we can check, just go to your database. You can just click on that and open it again. That's it. You just need to query it. How you can query? There is a data option also available here. You can see message table data. So what you can do, select star from employee, right? Just click on run button. You can see record is inserted in database successfully. Let me insert another record. It's very easy, guys. If you understand the concept, it's very easy to connect with any database. If you want to connect with Oracle, you just need to add Oracle dependency in form.xml, and you need to specify Oracle driver and username and password. That's it. Remaining rest, all other code will work as it is. Okay, so now let me give different mobile number and Gmail. Okay, mail Rohit. Okay, I'm going to create another record. So let me send the request. Request sent successfully. I got successful response 200. So now you can go and check. You just need to select the query. There is a run button. You can see here run button. Click on run button. You can see two records are inserted in database. So earlier, if you observe, so now let me restart the server. So what I will do, I will stop the server. Again, I will start the server. Why? Because earlier, when we are working with HT in memory database, whenever you are restarting the server, you are going to lose all the data which you have inserted in H2 database, because it is in memory database. That is the reason whenever you are restarting the server, you are going to lost your data. So where when you are connected with MySQL, so even if you restart the server, if you shut down the server, your data will not go anywhere. So your data will always be there in MySQL database. You can request again. See, still two records are there. I'm just querying the select star for employee. I'm executing select star for employee. You can see our records are all already there in database. So now we can fetch the records from REST client by using find all employees API, right? So let me go and copy find all employees API and go to your REST client and just change your API, and then what is the HTTP request method to retrieve all the data? It is get request. So just send the request. You can see you got two records. So Rasool is inserted and Rohit Sharma is inserted. So the records which you are inserted, you are able to fetch from database. So now if you want XML response, what you need to do? If you want XML response, you have to select accept as application or XML. If you send the request, you can see response will come as XML format. So first name, last name, mobile number, and email. If you want to JSON format, you just need to uncheck, or you can give application or JSON as well. So either uncheck or either specify application or JSON, you can retrieve the response as JSON format. So this is how we can connect with MySQL database. Very, very simple. Very, very simple, right? So, so tomorrow, what I will do, I will create a MySQL project from scratch. Okay. So some people may have confused, sir. You have created a manually by adding the dependency in pom.xml, and then we have connected. This is also one way. This is one way to same application can connect any database. Same application can connect with any database. So only thing is that you have to specify respective dependencies in your pom.xml, and go to your properties dot application dot properties. So you just need to specify MySQL database URL and username and password. So that's it. So now your application can connect with MySQL database. So let me show you. So again, so if you want to connect with HT in memory database, what you have to do? You no need to do any code changes. You just need to modify this properties file. You just need to comment it out MySQL dependence MySQL properties. So just uncomment the MySQL H2 in-memory properties, and then enable your H2 console. Just true. Just save that properties file. If you open the console, so let me check what it is saying. So you can see. Let me stop the server. Start the server. It's not reflected properly. So what I will do, I will start again. Save that and let me start and open the console. See, you can see now our application is connected with H2 console. You can see our application is connected with H2 console. It is very, very easy. If you want to connect with H2 in-memory database, you just need to specify these three properties, and if you want to connect with the MySQL database, you have to specify these three properties. Similarly, if you want to connect with the Oracle database, any database here, Oracle or MongoDB or any database, if you want to connect with any database, you just need these three properties. You just need to modify URL and username and password. That's it. So this is actually these properties are belongs to connect with Oracle database. What is the Oracle database URL? This is the URL to connect with H2 Oracle database. Okay, so you can see Oracle JDBC colon Oracle colon thin colon @ localhost colon port number. This is Oracle default port number 1521 is the default port number for Oracle database. So I am not going to show you to connect with the Oracle database because Oracle is a commercial database. So if you want to install it, you need to purchase the license and then only you can install Oracle database. Okay, so I'm not going to install Oracle database. Okay, so only I'm going to show you how we can connect the Oracle database. You just need to specify these properties in application dot properties. If you have anybody is having Oracle database even in your machine, you just need to modify your Oracle database URL and username and password, and remaining code will work as it is. You no need to modify any code. So that you got to know now how to connect with multiple database by using Spring Boot application. It's very easy. Okay, so tomorrow we'll connect with you guys. Okay, see you.